Throughout these 31 days of horror, I'm going to try and bring you something unique and different. Uh, Hopefully every day, something that you wouldn't normally see. You're going to see a lot of like Halloween's and Friday the 13th, a lot of different type of films. So I tried to take this in a different direction when I was doing it. And tonight I revisited something from my childhood, something that I hadn't seen in a long time. When I was up in Ottawa a couple years ago, I found a Blu-ray that I've been looking for like quite a while, and it wasn't so much for the film itself. This film I have 3 times actually on Blu-ray. Not to mention many times, countless times I've had it on DVD that I've given to other people. But I wanted this edition because I wanted this specific film on it, because it was a Blu-ray that came with an extra film. It's not a Scream Factory or any of those. It's actually it's Universal, and it was on the Halloween 2 30th anniversary edition. I'm not talking about Halloween 2 today. You know that. You've seen the opening. And I'm talking about the fantastic documentary Terror in the Aisles. At a time when there's been a lot of documentaries made on genres of films, complete 8 7 8 hour documentaries on film franchises, 2 or 3 hour documentaries on just the film itself, or a series of films, and then when there's ones being funded and put as special features on different editions over and over again. It's hard to look back and to find a really, really good documentary. Something that does something a little bit different. But Terror in the Aisles does that. And at first glance, you can think of Terror in the Aisles as almost like just a clip film. Something that promotes a certain studio and their terror films. You could take it that way if you actually didn't watch the film. But Terror in the Aisles isn't just a clip film. It isn't just like somebody putting clips together, or just somebody, like those trailer tapes that you see. No, Terror in the Aisles is a brilliantly done film. The editing on this film is amazing. It's utterly amazing the way that this film is edited. It takes a lot of films. Some are horror, in the horror genre. Some are more in the suspense, terror genre. But it weaves them together in such a beautifully seamless way, with fantastic narration by the uncomparable Donald Pleasence and the beautiful and intelligent Nancy Allen. And I have to say, I was really impressed. There were times when I was watching this here, and knowing that it's different clips from different films, I can imagine when I was young, before I'd seen all the movies that were in this documentary. I wish that I still had that, and I can just imagine somebody coming in, somebody who hasn't watched a lot of horror films, or just doesn't know a lot of these older films, and they're coming in to watch this for the very first time. And they're seeing all these clips come out, and they're not quite sure where they came from, and they're trying to figure it out. And of course, we've got the internet now. But imagine back in the day when people originally watched this film, they just like looking at these movies. No internet to Google search where these films came from, hoping that you can actually stay in the theater long enough to see all the names as they scroll down, or maybe, just maybe, you're going to catch it on Super Channel later on when it's showing again, so you can actually watch it again, stay up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and look and watch the clips and take notes, and as it's scrolling down across the screen, try and write down the name, frantically write down the names, and then try and find a way to look in a movie book, one of the movie guides around at the time, and hope that you can actually take the name and find a way that name is going to spark the scene in the film, so that you can somehow find that movie. Nowadays, you can find a lot of movies online. You can buy them. You can rent them. There's digital copies. But when Terror in the Aisle came out, it was a treasure trove of different clips, and it was so well done, and it was put together brilliant narration by both of them, and I actually jumped a few times watching this movie. I turned off all the lights. I let myself get back into the mood and like kind of mode I would as if I was like a teenager and watching this. And it worked. It really worked. I mean, I've watched a few horror movies like here and there. Well, no, here and there. I watched a few horror movies like since this whole thing started. I watch horror movies on a regular basis anyway, but this was different. I wanted to like go into different things and revisit some things and do some stuff on here that maybe isn't going to be reviewed very often. That I think people need to really look at. That's why I've been doing some of the films I've been doing. That's why I did Mother's Day, one of the lesser known slasher films. That's why I did Jess Franco's She Killed in Ecstasy. And that's why I'm doing Tearing the Aisle, because it's a bloody brilliant film that can just be taken at times as a clip film or promotional film. And if you want to think, if you want to think that way, you can. But it's so much more than that, than the way that it's done. Nobody can deliver a line like Donald Pleasence can. And he does such a great performance in this one here. And it is, at the heart of it, it is a performance that he does. He plays this Donald Pleasence kind of Halloweenish type of off-kilter slightly role. And he does it well. Nancy Allen does, like, with a smile on her face, she just brilliantly delivers these lines that cut to the quick of the matter. It's a perfect example of horror editing at its finest. I've talked to you before on here. I've mentioned movies like Don't Look Now. I said watch that if you want to see editing at its finest. And Don't Look Now is one of the best edited films ever made. That's what it's known for. It's on Criterion now if you want to check it out. But Tearing the Aisle is a film that could just been like random scenes you just put together. It could have been just like promotional, or it could have just been clips, or it could have been trailers. But the way this was put together, the way that it was edited, the way that the seamlessly made scenes from different movies just fit in, almost like if you don't know the films, there are times when the movies may cross over, and you may not even know that you're watching two separate movies at scenes from separate movies at one time. It also got me to want to revisit a few films. I remember when I was a kid really getting into the Elliot Gould, Christopher Plummer thriller, The Silent Partner. I longed for that Scream Factor Arrow to put that on Blu-ray. It's something that one of my most desired films to have out there. If you haven't seen the film, it's a brilliant little thriller about a man who robs a bank as Santa Claus, but he doesn't get all the money. The teller that he robs actually pockets some of it, and that makes him very mad. We actually see a scene from that in here. It's not on Blu-ray. There's a scene from a few different films that I just want to revisit. Clute, just so many, The Seduction. So many great films. And so many, maybe not too great films, but just fun films. Vice Squad. Wings Hauser in Vice Squad is actually brilliant on this area. Bloody brilliant. And I was going to sit down. I figured this is going to be, because I hadn't seen this in a long time. So it's going to be kind of a clip thing. I'm going to be able to look away. I'll be able to just do the review afterwards, and it'll be okay. I'll kind of watch it. So I turned off all the lights, had my iPad by me just in case, I got bored or I got my mind got distracted, and I got my phone ready just in case I wanted to talk to one of my friends while I was watching it and jot down some notes. But I sat down in front of the screen and I let myself get transfixed, just like the audience in the theater, just like Donald Pleasence and Nancy Allen. I let myself follow through throughout the entirety of the film, and remembering certain things. For me, a lot of the stuff that was shown brought back such great memories from my youth, from my childhood. It didn't bring me back to when I And some of these movies I've seen many, many times, but for some reason, seeing it now, seeing it like this, it didn't bring me back to the times that I'd seen it last, or the times that I'd seen it, the many times that I'd seen it. I can honestly say that as I'm watching the film and I'm seeing certain clips, some stuff I'm remembering like better than others, and but it's bringing me back to when I first saw it as a youth, and at times I'm getting some of the same feelings that I got then. Some of the heightened responses and some of the nervousness, and that's what Tearing the Alley did for me. If you have or you can pick up the 30th anniversary edition of Halloween 2, you'll see that it has Tearing the Alley here as a bonus feature on the Blu-ray, and it's a full-length film, which I really do recommend that you check out. So, I guess like Donald Pleasance said, sooner or later, just like that movie, this here review is over, and it ends. We turn it off. We go out to the kitchen or go to bed. We turn on the light and look under the bed, look in the closet, or maybe we're not home. Maybe we're out somewhere else and we're watching this. And sooner or later, the movie ends, and you have to go home. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I've been really enjoying this 31 Days of Horror, and I hope to continue this. For me right now, though, it really is time for tea. And say hello to Deadhead, because I am.